unsigned draft pick from that draft. Sorry, Pirates, you cheap asses. You got to think about what would have happened. So TCU is a baseball powerhouse. It's interesting the stuff you read as you're going through this stuff. Lodolo was actually the first player or the last person to realize that he got drafted. The TCU coach ended up calling them. Randy Macy's actually coach at West Virginia now. Ended up calling him and saying, "What are you doing?" Because at 41, TCU just expected that he was going to sign, but he chose to go to TCU, and it was a good choice for him. This is a kid who has 3+ pitches. Listen, guys, the guys who are still with me, and I appreciate y'all being with me. It's a long show, I get it. This is the prize of this 23 pages of notes that I have. And I'm not lying to you. 26 pages of notes that I have. This guy and the next guy are the two guys that I want you to take away from this conversation, knowing that I emphasize. Nick Lodolo, at 6'6" and 185 pounds, throwing from the left-handed side of the mound, is going to be a top 10 prospect in the next year and a half. This is the guy you target if you're looking at a pitcher. TCU is a baseball powerhouse, and all he did there was go and hone his craft. He's huge on analytics. He's got Trevor Bauer to learn from in that organization. And he's working with 3 above average major league pitches right now. His fastball, his slider, and his changeup play at the major league level right now. That's lofty because you're talking about a guy who just played at, I believe, low A last year. I don't have it in front of me. But I do have it. Rookie and A ball. He was 0-1. Take these numbers away. Nick Lodolo in his first his first professional experience was 0-1 with a 2.57 ERA in 8 games. But he struck out. I want to find this. He struck out 30 batters and walked none in 18 innings pitched in that stint. 30-0 walks in 18 innings as a professional. 3+ pitches. This guy has the potential to be a Jesus Luzardo on steroids. This guy has the potential to be a top 5 pitcher in the next 3 years. People aren't talking about this guy, Andrea. They should be. They should be. He played elite competition in the Big 12, and he's ready to jump this system this year. I told Lenny I'd do this next piece. I'm going to do it. The other day he previewed the Blue Jays farm system. The Blue Jays farm system, he talked about a 22-year-old right-handed pitcher. That 22-year-old right-handed pitcher just happens to go to my alma mater. His name's Alek Manoah. In high A last year, 6 starts, 17 innings pitched, he had 27 Ks to 5 walks. His K rate was 14.29 Ks per 9. And he was only walking 2.65 batters a game. That's a little high. His fastball, Right now, he's a two-pitch pitcher. His fastball, though, sits from 94 to 97, and he's got plus command. He has a slider, and he's developing his changeup. But this guy, if he develops his changeup, could be a top-end pitcher. He could be a 1 or a 2. He was named the Big 12 Pitcher of the Year last year. He had a 9-3 record with 135 Ks. I love history. You guys that know me well know that I love history. Manoah was the first player in WVU history to be named a finalist for either the Dick Hauser Award, which is the best player in college baseball, and the Golden Spikes Award, which is the nation's top amateur player. He broke a 50-year-old record with 125 K set from way back in 1964. Now, I'll tell you guys this. West Virginia's not a baseball powerhouse yet. They're trending. But Manoah has a track record. He led the Cape Cod League in the summer of 18 with 48 Ks and just 33 innings pitched, while posting a 2.70 ERA. My point is, this guy has a history. A lot of this is predicated off of that development of that third pitch. But I think he can do it. He has a good attitude. I like Alex Manoah. I don't like him as much as Lodolo. But if you're in a deeper dynasty league, Manoah is a player to earmark. Gosh. All right, guys. I'm going to talk about 4 more players, and then I'm going to get off of here. I'm going on an hour and 40 minutes. Have you guys enjoyed the content? I haven't done this in a while. You're listening to Chappy. This is Chap's Fantasy Chat. I'm a bachelor tonight. Me and my 2 dogs are sitting here in my bachelor pad. My loving wife is up in South Bend enjoying herself this evening. God bless her. That's what enables me to be able to talk to you guys as long as I damn well please about all these flipping prospects. Ain't it great, though? The only thing constraining me is breaking the seal on my first whiskey pee. I'm on my 3rd Basil Hayden now. I hope it's not detracting from the content. I don't think it is. Let me know. I want to talk about a few more players. These guys are long shots, but the arrow's pointing up big time for these guys. Okay? The first guy I want to talk about. I'll tell you, Andy, I've finished about a third of this bottle. I'm not going to lie to you. So, the first, these are the guys that no one's talking about, even more so than these last group. But these could be top 20 type players, okay? These are guys that you need to earmark. Like I said, yes, bourbon, Basil's Hayden, it's delicious. I'm trying to finish it so I can go out and get another bottle. I finished Rowan's Creek the other night, and it was delicious, but I'm due. So let's bring this home in style. Jose Garcia. He's a 22-year-old shortstop. He's in Cincinnati's system. In 2019, he was an A+. He had a 280 average, 8 homers, 58 runs, 55 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases in 104 games. What I like about Garcia, again, this is about trending. Garcia had better stats at that high A Florida State League than Dylan Carlson did. This is a guy, thank you, Meckert, I appreciate that. This is a guy who's going to be a household name if he stays healthy this time next year. He's a Cuban byproduct. He is part of the 2016 international signing class. He signed a $5 million contract. He was a relative unknown because he didn't play professionally. He signed in the same class as Luis Robert and Kevin Maiton, but because he didn't play professionally, people didn't really know who he was. He's 6'2", but he plays up. He's got power in his body. He needs to cut down on his K rate, but he increased his walk rate last year despite moving up a level. Florida State League, mind you, is a very pitcher-friendly league. So the fact that he was able to have these positive trends in a league that's slanted towards pitching is a big positive for him. His fly ball distance jumped from 281 to 304, which was the 19th highest among all minor league players and the third highest among high A players. Speaks to his ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He's a career 34% pull hitter and 35% fly ball hitter, which speaks well to his power. All we need from this young man is for him to continue in a positive direction with his scouting stats. You could see this kid in AAA this year for a cup of coffee. I think 20 homers and 25 to 30 stolen bases is the floor for him. And if he continue that 280 average, you're looking at a top 20 player this time next year. He's free, guys. No matter the format. No one's talking about Jose Garcia. No one is talking about this guy. Have you guys heard this name? Let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Shit, at an hour 45, I would have hoped to bring up a name that y'all didn't know. Okay, the next guy. I love this guy. My buddy Vic, he was on here earlier. I sent him notes to this guy earlier. How about Matt Tabor? He's a 21-year-old right-handed pitcher for the Diamondbacks. What if I told you I could sell you on a pitcher that struck out 1 out of every 4 batters that he faced last year? Would you buy? What if I told you this guy had a 2.93 ERA. He has a dominant out pitch in his slider. And his spin rate was off the charts. Would you be in on this guy? His left-handed batters have such a hard time with the spin rate on this guy's slider that he really becomes a weapon to that side of the plate. The kicker of all of it is his true out pitch, his off-speed pitch, functions as a split. So, you're talking about a pitcher who, again, I understand you're talking about a pitcher that it's at low A, okay?